This presentation will delve into the critical aspects of delivering an exceptional customer experience, a fundamental concept in modern marketing. We'll explore how both traditional and online retailers are shifting their focus from simply selling products to creating memorable interactions that build lasting customer loyalty. This shift is particularly relevant in today's highly competitive, globalized market where customers have a plethora of choices. We will define retailing and examine the various ways retailers are classified, from department stores to specialty shops and e-commerce platforms. Furthermore, we will analyze the unique challenges and opportunities associated with marketing services and other intangibles, such as people and places, which account for a significant portion of the global economy. The presentation will also provide a detailed overview of business-to-consumer (B2C) e-commerce, including its benefits and limitations for both consumers and marketers. We will then look ahead to the future of retailing, exploring how factors like changing demographics, technology, and globalization are shaping the phygital experience, a seamless integration of physical and digital channels. Finally, we'll address the ethical considerations that retailers must navigate, including issues of customer profiling, employee theft, and social responsibility initiatives like fair trade. By the end of this presentation, you will have a comprehensive understanding of the strategies and challenges involved in delivering an outstanding customer experience, equipping you with the knowledge to thrive in a dynamic retail landscape. Our learning objectives for this session are designed to provide a comprehensive understanding of modern retail and customer experience marketing. First, we will establish why marketing's focus has shifted to delivering excellent customer experiences in both traditional and online retail environments. This is a crucial paradigm shift from a transaction-based to a relationship-based model. Second, we will define retailing and explore the various classification schemes for traditional retailers, such as by merchandise breadth and depth, and by the level of service provided. This will provide a foundational understanding of the retail ecosystem. The third objective is to analyze the unique characteristics of services and other intangibles, such as people, places, and ideas, and discuss the specific marketing strategies required to promote them effectively. Fourth, we will dive into business-to-consumer (B2C) e-commerce, examining its key features, benefits, limitations, and its relationship with other non-store retailing formats. This is a critical area given the rapid growth of online sales. Our fifth objective is to look ahead at the factors shaping the future of retail, including technological advancements and changing consumer behaviors, and how these are driving the integration of physical and digital channels. Finally, we will address the significant ethical challenges that retailers face, including shrinkage, fraud, and the responsible treatment of customers. These objectives collectively aim to equip you with the analytical tools to evaluate, formulate, and critique modern retail strategies, ensuring you can navigate the complexities of this dynamic market. The concept of customer experience, or CX, has become a cornerstone of modern marketing strategy, transcending the traditional view of retailing. Retailing is not just the final step in the distribution channel where a product is sold to a consumer for personal use. It is a critical opportunity to build a relationship. Today, simply offering a good product at a fair price is no longer sufficient to ensure a firm's survival. The marketplace is saturated with alternatives, and consumers are increasingly making purchasing decisions based on the quality of their overall experience. This requires retailers to provide exceptional customer experiences at every stage of the customer journey, before, during, and after the actual purchase. The customer experience is the sum total of every single interaction a customer has with a business. This includes a consumer's initial encounter with a brand's advertising, their navigation of a company's website or physical store, their interaction with customer service representatives, and the post-purchase support. These touchpoints collectively shape a customer's perception of the brand, influencing their loyalty and future purchasing behavior. As a result, firms that successfully integrate a customer-centric approach throughout their operations, from product development to post-sale support, are better positioned to differentiate themselves from competitors and achieve sustained profitability. This shift is a direct response to consumer demands for more personalized, convenient, and engaging interactions in a digital age. Customer journey mapping is an essential strategic tool that allows marketers to visualize and understand the complete experience a customer has with their brand. This process is far more precise than a general overview. It involves a step-by-step tracking of every interaction, whether with a product, a store, or a service. The first step in this process is to identify the buyer's persona, a semi-fictional representation of the ideal customer based on market research and real data. This helps to gain empathy and a deeper understanding of the customer's motivations. Next, marketers must identify customer goals, what the customer hopes to accomplish through their interaction with a brand. This might be anything from a simple purchase to resolving a complex service issue. The map then identifies all potential touchpoints, which are any points of contact where a customer interacts with a business. It is crucial to also identify potential pain points at each of these touchpoints, as these are the moments where the customer experience could falter. For example, a pain point could be a confusing website layout or a long wait time for customer service. The goal is to prioritize and remove roadblocks to smooth out the customer experience. A critical part of this process is for marketers to take the customer journey themselves to gain a first-hand perspective on the user experience. Finally, the map must be continuously updated and improved to reflect changes in customer behavior, market conditions, and technological advancements. This systematic approach ensures that companies can proactively address issues, enhance positive interactions, and create a seamless experience that fosters customer satisfaction and loyalty. The visual representation of this map provides clarity on how customers interact with a brand from discovery to retention. The Wheel of Retailing theory explains how retail firms change, becoming more upscale as they go through their life cycle. Visually, the Wheel of Retailing is displayed in this figure. During the entry phase, new types of retailers enter the market by offering lower-priced goods with little focus on additional services or the facility itself. During the trading up phase, these retailers gradually improve their facilities, quality and assortment of merchandise, and amenities and also increase prices. Finally, retailers move up to a high-end strategy with superior facilities, desirable amenities, free gift wrapping, higher operating costs, and of course higher prices. However, this leaves them vulnerable to the entry of new competitors, who undercut their price, offer limited services, and etc. as the entry phase begins anew. While the Wheel of Retailing helps explain how some retailing forms develop, it doesn't explain everything. For example, some retailers never trade up but instead choose to continue to serve their niche as discounters. Still other retailers strategically choose to begin their life as upscale specialty stores, though they sometimes choose to open sister stores at the lower end of the price spectrum, as was the case when Gap stores chose to open Old Navy. Retailing serves as the cornerstone of the consumer economy, representing the final step in the distribution channel, where goods and services are sold directly to consumers for their personal use. This process is not just about a simple transaction. It's about creating value through the provision of three key utilities. Time utility is about making products available when customers want to buy them, such as a 24-hour convenience store. Place utility involves making products available where customers want them, like a neighborhood grocery store or an online shopping site that ships to their home. Ownership utility is the process of facilitating the transfer of ownership from the seller to the buyer. This is a massive global industry. In 2022 alone, global retail sales reached approximately $28 trillion, underscoring its immense economic impact. A significant and growing portion of this is attributed to e-commerce, which accounted for $5 trillion of those sales. In the United States, retailing is a major employer, with about 4 million retail businesses employing nearly 32 million workers, representing about 1 in 4 U.S. workers. The retail landscape is not uniform across the globe. It varies significantly based on local economic, social, and cultural factors. This global diversity means that retailers must adapt their strategies to different markets to be successful. Understanding these foundational aspects of retailing is crucial for any marketing professional to appreciate the scale and strategic importance of this sector. The history of retailing is a dynamic story of continuous evolution, reflecting broader societal and economic changes. From the early days of a peddler selling wares from a horse-drawn cart to the grandeur of a modern urban department store, retailing formats have consistently adapted to consumer needs and technological advancements. As the economic, social, and cultural climates change, new types of retailers emerge, often displacing older, less efficient models. A key academic framework for understanding this evolution is the Wheel of Retailing hypothesis. This theory posits that new types of retailers typically enter the market with a low-cost, low-price, and low-service strategy. For example, a new retailer might offer a limited assortment of goods with minimal amenities, allowing them to compete on price. Over time, these retailers trade up by offering more services, better facilities, and a higher quality of merchandise. This leads to an increase in their prices and margins. As they move up the market, they become more vulnerable to a new wave of low-price competitors, thus starting the cycle all over again. This hypothesis explains the rise of formats like discount stores and warehouse clubs. Understanding this cyclical process is essential for marketers to anticipate future trends and position their businesses effectively. The constant pressure from new entrants ensures that the retail sector remains highly competitive and innovative, continuously adapting to the ever-changing demands of the consumer. One of the most fundamental strategic decisions a retailer makes is determining its merchandise mix, which is the combination of products and services it offers. This decision is crucial because it defines the retailer's identity in its target market. We can classify retailers based on two key dimensions: merchandise breadth and merchandise depth. Merchandise breadth refers to the number of different product lines a retailer carries. A store with a narrow breadth, such as a specialty boutique, focuses on a few specific product lines. In contrast, a store with a broad breadth, like a department store or a warehouse club, offers a wide range of different product lines, from clothing to electronics and groceries. Merchandise depth refers to the variety of choices available within each product line. A retailer with a shallow depth might offer only one or two brands of a particular product, while a retailer with a deep depth offers a wide selection of brands, sizes, and colors within a single product line. A specialty shoe store, for example, would have a deep assortment of shoes but a narrow breadth. A good example of this classification is illustrated by book retailers. An airport bookstore has a narrow breadth and shallow depth, carrying only a few current top-selling books. In contrast, a retailer like Amazon has a broad breadth and deep depth, offering millions of books and a vast array of other product lines. This classification framework is vital for marketers to understand how a retailer positions itself in the market and how it competes with others. Beyond merchandise mix, another key dimension for classifying retailers is the level of service they provide to customers. Firms must make a strategic decision about the trade-off between offering extensive services and maintaining low prices. This choice significantly impacts their operational costs, competitive positioning, and customer base. Retailers can be placed along a continuum based on the amount of service they provide. At one end are self-service retailers, such as warehouse clubs like Sam's Club, where customers are responsible for locating, selecting, and often even bagging their own items. These retailers typically operate on a low-margin, high-volume model, appealing to price-conscious consumers. In the middle are limited-service retailers, like Walmart, Target, and Kohl's. They offer some basic services, such as checkout assistance, but consumers are still expected to do most of the shopping on their own. This model balances moderate prices with some convenience. At the other end of the spectrum are full-service retailers, such as department stores like Macy's and high-end boutiques. These retailers offer a high level of personalized assistance, including sales associates who help with product selection, fitting, and special orders. This level of service comes with a higher price point, targeting customers who value a more personalized and luxurious shopping experience. The rise of contactless delivery services further complicates this classification, blending elements of self-service with enhanced convenience. Understanding this service continuum is essential for marketers to align their retail strategy with customer expectations and competitive dynamics. Despite the challenges facing some traditional retail models, several formats continue to thrive by adapting to consumer needs and market changes. Convenience stores, exemplified by brands like 7-Eleven, cater to consumers' need for speed and accessibility, offering a limited selection of everyday items in easily reachable locations. They excel at providing time and place utility. Limited assortment supermarkets, such as Aldi, appeal to price-sensitive shoppers by offering a minimal selection of mostly private label goods at extreme value prices. This model is highly efficient and has gained significant market share by focusing on cost leadership. Specialty stores, like Yankee Candle Company, are highly focused on a specific product line, offering a narrow breadth but a deep assortment. This specialization allows them to build expertise and a strong brand identity, attracting loyal customers who are passionate about their specific interests. The newest and most innovative format is the concept store, such as Nike's House of Innovation. These stores are not just for selling products, they are designed to be immersive brand experiences that engage customers through technology, design, and interactive elements. They function as a form of retailtainment, where the shopping experience itself is the primary draw. Additionally, formats like flash retailing, or pop-up stores, capitalize on the consumer's sense of urgency and novelty, creating temporary retail spaces for seasonal or limited edition products. These thriving formats demonstrate that success in modern retailing hinges on a clear and compelling value proposition, whether that is convenience, price, expertise, or experience. Continuing our look at successful retail formats, we find several models that effectively tap into key consumer motivations, such as value, sustainability, and convenience. Recommerce stores, which include thrift and consignment shops like Goodwill, have seen a resurgence in popularity. This growth is driven by consumer interest in sustainability, as well as a desire for unique, low-cost finds. This format appeals to a socially conscious and value-driven market segment. Dollar and variety stores, such as Dollar General and Dollar Tree, have a business model built entirely on extreme value, offering a range of products at very low, fixed price points. These stores perform particularly well during economic downturns and serve as a vital resource for budget-conscious consumers. Discount stores, including major players like Target and Walmart, are a staple of the retail landscape. They offer a wide variety of popular national brands and private label products at prices lower than those of traditional department or specialty stores. Their success lies in their ability to combine a broad assortment with a value-driven pricing strategy. Finally, warehouse clubs like Sam's Club and Costco operate on a membership model, providing bulk goods at deeply discounted prices. This format targets consumers and small businesses that are willing to buy in large quantities to save money. These diverse formats, from recommerce to warehouse clubs, illustrate the vitality of the retail sector and its ability to adapt and innovate by catering to a wide range of consumer preferences and economic conditions. This ensures their continued relevance and profitability in a competitive market. While some retail formats are thriving, others are facing significant challenges and are struggling to maintain their market position. Department stores, once the anchors of shopping malls and the retail elite, are a prime example. They have been squeezed from both sides, by specialty stores that offer a deeper assortment and more expert service in specific product categories, and by e-commerce, which provides convenience and a seemingly endless selection. Many have been forced to close stores and innovate their models to survive. Leased departments, which are sections of a store operated by an independent firm, such as a portrait studio in a large retailer, often struggle with brand identity and a lack of integration with the host store's overall experience. This disjointedness can confuse customers and diminish the perceived value. Factory outlets and outlet stores were once a destination for consumers looking for discounted merchandise directly from the manufacturer. However, with the rise of online sales, where discounted products are available year-round, the unique value proposition of these outlets has diminished. They now face fierce competition from off-price retailers and direct-to-consumer e-commerce sites. Category killers, which are large stores that specialize in one category and dominate that market through their broad assortment and low prices, e.g., Best Buy, Home Depot, are also under pressure. They are challenged by hypermarkets that offer a broader mix of products and by online retailers that can offer an even deeper assortment at competitive prices without the overhead of a physical store. These struggling formats highlight the relentless nature of the retail market and the need for continuous strategic adaptation to remain relevant and profitable. Services and other intangibles represent a massive and growing part of the global economy, yet they present unique marketing challenges that distinguish them from physical products. A service is defined as an act, effort, or performance that is exchanged from a producer to a user without the transfer of ownership rights. Unlike a physical product, a service cannot be held, touched, or stored. The scale of the service sector is immense. In the United States, the service industry accounts for 4 out of every 5 jobs and nearly 78% of the GDP. This sector includes everything from professional services like legal and financial advice to personal services like haircuts and dry cleaning. The core challenge in marketing services is their intangibility. Because a service cannot be physically experienced before it is purchased, marketers must find creative ways to provide physical cues that signal quality and value. For example, a doctor's office might use a clean, modern waiting room and professional staff uniforms to convey a sense of competence and reliability. An airline might emphasize the comfort of its seats and the quality of its in-flight entertainment to make the flying experience feel more tangible. This strategic use of physical evidence, or service escapes, helps to reduce the customer's perceived risk and build trust. Understanding these unique characteristics and adapting marketing strategies accordingly is essential for success in the service-dominated economy. To effectively market services, it is crucial to understand their 4 unique characteristics. The first is intangibility, which means that unlike a physical product, a service cannot be seen, touched, or smelled before it is purchased. For a marketer, this creates a challenge because it is difficult for a customer to evaluate the quality of a service beforehand. Therefore, marketers must rely on physical cues, such as a clean facility or a professional-looking website, to build confidence. The second characteristic is perishability, which means that a service cannot be stored for later sale or consumption. An empty hotel room on a Tuesday night or a plane seat that isn't sold for a specific flight is a lost opportunity that cannot be recovered. This characteristic makes capacity management a critical marketing function, as firms must find ways to balance supply and demand, often using dynamic pricing or special promotions during off-peak times. The third characteristic is variability, which means the quality of a service can vary significantly from one provider to another, or even from the same provider at different times. A meal at a restaurant might be excellent on one visit and mediocre on the next. This makes it difficult to standardize services and underscores the importance of rigorous employee training and quality control. Finally, inseparability means that the production and consumption of a service occur simultaneously. The customer is often a co-producer of the service, such as a student in a classroom or a patient at a doctor's office. This characteristic highlights the importance of the service encounter and the quality of the interaction between the customer and the service provider. Understanding these 4 characteristics, intangibility, perishability, variability, and inseparability, is the foundation for developing effective service marketing strategies. The service encounter is a pivotal moment in the customer experience, as it is the point where a customer comes into direct contact with the organization. This encounter has 2 distinct dimensions. The social contact dimension refers to the interaction between the customer and the employees of the firm. The quality of this interaction is a direct reflection of the quality of the service itself. A service, in many ways, is only as good as its worst employee. For example, a rude or unhelpful staff member can ruin an otherwise positive service experience. The physical dimension of the service encounter is the service escape. This refers to the actual physical facility where the service is performed, delivered, and consumed. The service escape includes both the exterior elements, such as the building's design and landscaping, and the interior elements, such as the decor, lighting, and layout. Service escapes are powerful tools because they can influence a customer's perceptions of quality, value, and professionalism. A clean, well-lit, An aesthetically pleasing servicescape can create a positive impression and enhance the overall service experience. Conversely, a cluttered, poorly maintained servicescape can signal a lack of quality and care. While servicescapes are critical for businesses like restaurants, hotels, and retail stores, their importance is diminished for services where the customer does not have to visit a physical location, such as online banking or streaming services. Understanding and optimizing both the social and physical dimensions of the service encounter is paramount for delivering high-quality service and building customer loyalty. In the service sector, delivering quality service is the key to ensuring customer satisfaction and maintaining a competitive edge. Service quality is defined as the overall ability of the service to satisfy customer needs and expectations. It is a subjective measure, as a customer's level of satisfaction is based on their individual expectations. These expectations can be influenced by previous experiences, word-of-mouth recommendations, and marketing communications. Therefore, marketers must carefully manage these expectations to avoid disappointment. To systematically measure and improve service quality, researchers and managers often use a popular instrument called the ServQual scale. This scale identifies 5 key dimensions of service quality that consumers use to evaluate a service. The first dimension is tangibles, which includes the physical evidence of the service, such as the appearance of facilities, equipment, and personnel. The second is reliability, which is the ability to perform the promised service dependably and accurately. The third dimension is responsiveness, which is the willingness to help customers and provide prompt service. The fourth is assurance, which refers to the knowledge and courtesy of employees and their ability to convey trust and confidence. The fifth and final dimension is empathy, which is the caring, individualized attention provided to customers. By regularly measuring performance on these 5 dimensions, firms can identify areas for improvement, train their employees more effectively, and consistently deliver a high-quality service that meets or exceeds customer expectations. This systematic approach to quality ensures long-term customer loyalty and positive brand perception. The principles of marketing extend far beyond tangible products and even traditional services. Marketers are frequently tasked with promoting other intangibles, such as people, places, and ideas. Marketing people is a pervasive practice in modern society, where politicians, athletes, and celebrities are treated as brands. An agent for a celebrity, for example, might use a pure selling approach to present their client to movie studios and advertising agencies. Alternatively, they might use a product improvement approach, where they modify the client's image, skills, or even physical appearance to better suit market demands. A market fulfillment approach involves identifying an unmet market need and then developing a new talent to meet that need. Marketing places involves treating a city, state, or even a country as a brand. These strategies aim to attract tourists, new residents, and businesses by highlighting unique attributes, such as a city's vibrant culture, a state's natural beauty, or a country's economic opportunities. The goal is to build a positive brand image and encourage people to consume the place. Finally, marketing ideas involves promoting a concept, philosophy, belief, or issue to gain market share in the hearts and minds of the public. Religious institutions market ideas about faith, while nonprofit organizations market ideas about social justice, environmental protection, or health awareness. These campaigns use marketing principles to raise awareness, change public attitudes, and inspire action. Understanding how to market these diverse intangibles is essential for professionals in public relations, political campaigns, destination marketing, and nonprofit management. Business to consumer, B2C, e-commerce has revolutionized the retail landscape, fundamentally changing how companies interact with individual consumers. It is defined as the online exchange of goods and services between businesses and their customers. The scale of this market is immense and continues to grow at an astonishing rate. The global market for B2C e-commerce is projected to reach a staggering $8.3 trillion by 2026. This rapid expansion has been fueled by the massive growth in internet usage, which surged from 847 million users in 2010 to 4.9 billion in 2021. A major driver of this growth is the increasing use of mobile devices. In the United States alone, sales from mobile phones and tablets generated $431 billion in 2022, a number that is expected to exceed $710 billion by 2025. This dominance of mobile commerce, or m-commerce, highlights the importance of creating mobile-friendly websites and apps for retailers. The digital nature of e-commerce has also changed the very beginning of the consumer buying journey, as a significant majority, more than 63% of all consumer buying journeys, now start with an online search. This makes a strong digital presence, including search engine optimization, SEO and online advertising, a critical component of any modern marketing strategy. The rise of B2C e-commerce has not only opened up new markets, but also created new consumer expectations for convenience, speed, and personalized experiences. B2C e-commerce offers a multitude of benefits that have fundamentally changed the way consumers shop and interact with brands. One of the most significant advantages is the unprecedented convenience it provides. Consumers can shop 24 hours a day from virtually anywhere, eliminating the need for travel and adhering to store hours. This accessibility is particularly valuable for time-challenged individuals. E-commerce also offers a much wider range of product choices and a wealth of information for evaluating those products, from customer reviews and ratings to detailed product specifications. This empowers consumers to make more informed purchasing decisions. Many e-commerce sites enhance the shopping experience with features like live chats, which provide instant customer support, and the ability to review purchase history, which simplifies reordering. Furthermore, e-commerce has made the marketplace more transparent. Shopbots, or shopping robots, allow consumers to compare prices from different retailers in seconds, often leading to lower prices and making products more accessible to a broader demographic. This price competition is a direct result of the reduced overhead costs associated with online retailing, the ability to keep items in a virtual cart for later purchase, and the availability of products in less developed countries, further demonstrate the value proposition of e-commerce. These benefits collectively contribute to a more efficient, informed, and empowering shopping experience for the consumer. While B2C e-commerce provides many benefits, it also comes with significant limitations for consumers. One of the primary concerns is the lack of security and the potential for fraud. Consumers are often wary of providing sensitive personal and financial information online, and the fear of internet fraud remains a major barrier to adoption, particularly in developing countries where credit card usage is low. The most fundamental limitation is the inability to physically interact with the products. Consumers can't touch, feel, or taste items before buying them, which is a significant drawback for products where texture, fit, or flavor is important. For example, buying clothing or furniture online can be difficult without being able to see it in person. The visual limitations are further compounded by the fact that the exact colors may not reproduce accurately on different computer monitors, leading to unexpected variations in the final product. The return process can also be a cumbersome and expensive experience, especially for large items. Finally, the convenience of online shopping comes at the expense of human interaction. The potential breakdown of human relationships that are part of a traditional retail experience, such as receiving personalized advice from a knowledgeable sales associate, can be a limitation for some consumers who value that social aspect of shopping. These limitations highlight the ongoing need for e-commerce retailers to build trust, provide detailed product information, and offer flexible return policies to mitigate the risks and drawbacks of the online shopping experience. For marketers, B2C e-commerce offers a powerful platform with numerous strategic advantages. A key benefit is the ability to transcend geographical boundaries, effectively turning the world into your marketplace. A small business in one country can sell its products to customers anywhere on the globe, providing an unprecedented level of market reach. This global presence often comes with a significant reduction in operating costs. E-commerce platforms decrease the costs of doing business by eliminating the need for expensive physical retail space, staffing, and utilities. The lower overhead allows firms to compete on price and invest more in marketing and product development. The online environment is also highly conducive to very specialized businesses, or niche marketers. A business that sells a very specific or unique product that would not have a large enough local market can thrive by reaching a global audience of interested buyers. This long-tail phenomenon allows for greater diversity in the marketplace. Another major advantage is the ability to implement real-time pricing, allowing marketers to instantly adjust prices based on supply, demand, and competitive activity. This agility gives firms a significant competitive edge over traditional retailers with fixed pricing. The use of technology like augmented reality and AI in virtual experiential marketing further enhances these benefits, allowing marketers to create unique, engaging brand experiences that were previously impossible. These benefits collectively enable a more efficient, agile, and globally oriented marketing strategy. Despite the many advantages, B2C e-commerce also presents significant limitations for marketers. The same security concerns that deter consumers are also a major challenge for businesses. A lack of security and the persistent fear of internet fraud among consumers can lead to shopping cart abandonment and a loss of trust, which can be difficult to regain. This necessitates significant investment in cybersecurity measures and building a reputation for reliability. Another limitation is the need for continuous technological maintenance. To reap the full benefits of e-commerce, marketers must constantly maintain their site, updating it with new products, improving user experience, and addressing technical glitches. This requires a dedicated team and can be a significant ongoing cost. The digital marketplace is also characterized by fierce competition. Due to the total transparency of prices for branded products, marketers face intense price competition, often leading to thin margins. This makes it challenging to differentiate on anything other than price. Lastly, introducing an e-commerce channel can create conflicts with conventional retailers. If a company sells its products directly online at a lower price, its brick-and-mortar retail partners may feel that their business is being cannibalized, leading to channel conflict. Legal issues surrounding data privacy, sales tax, and international regulations also remain largely unresolved and present additional challenges. Marketers must navigate these complex issues to build a sustainable and profitable e-commerce business. The rapid growth of B2C e-commerce has led many to question the future of traditional brick-and-mortar stores. However, it is highly unlikely that virtual distribution channels will ever fully replace physical ones. Instead, the future of retail is moving toward a phygital experience, a seamless integration of the physical and digital worlds. To survive and thrive, traditional stores must evolve their purpose. They can no longer function merely as places to buy products. They must become engaging spaces that offer unique experiences. Consumers will be motivated to visit destination retail locations not just for the products, but for the fun and entertainment they receive from the total experience. This is the essence of experiential merchandising and retailtainment. Factors such as changes in economic conditions, demographic shifts, technological advances, and globalization are all motivating merchants to reinvent the way they do business. For example, the rise of dual-career families and time-challenged consumers has increased the demand for convenience and extended store hours. At the same time, the increasing number of experiential shoppers requires retailers to provide more interactive and entertaining environments. The future of retail lies in creating a unified brand experience across all touchpoints, whether a customer is shopping on their phone, in a physical store, or interacting with a smart mirror. This seamless integration, often referred to as omni-channel marketing, is the key to luring customers away from the convenience of their computers and into a new, exciting retail future. The customer base for retailers is not static, it is constantly evolving, driven by significant demographic and cultural shifts. One major factor is the rise of dual-career families, which has placed a premium on convenience. This has led to the proliferation of various retail formats, from convenience stores to online delivery services, and has pushed traditional retailers to offer extended hours. Marketers must recognize that today's consumers, especially women, are more time-challenged than ever and are willing to pay for solutions that save them time and effort. The increasing ethnic diversity of populations, particularly in the United States, requires retailers to adjust their merchandise mix to attract and serve these new consumer segments. A one-size-fits-all approach is no longer effective. Successful retailers must tailor their product offerings and marketing messages to reflect the cultural richness of their local markets. Perhaps the most significant shift is the rise of the experiential shopper. These consumers are seeking more than just a simple transaction. They are looking for entertainment, surprise, and a memorable experience. This has given rise to experiential merchandising, a tactic that converts shopping from a passive activity into an interactive one. It has also led to the growth of destination retailers, firms that are so distinctive that consumers are willing to travel to them. Retailtainment, which incorporates elements of surprise, excitement, and novelty into the shopping experience, is a key strategy for attracting these shoppers. Examples include interactive exhibits, in-store events, and immersive brand experiences. Understanding these customer evolutions is essential for marketers to develop strategies that resonate with today's consumers and build long-term brand loyalty. Technology is a primary driver of change in the retail sector, transforming operations and the customer experience at a rapid pace. Store associates can now carry a tablet to quickly process sales from anywhere on the floor, eliminating the need for long checkout lines and creating a more seamless shopping experience. Electronic point-of-sale (POS) systems are no longer just for processing payments. They feed real-time data into sophisticated inventory control and auto-replenishment systems, ensuring that shelves are stocked and supply chains are optimized. RFID, radio frequency identification tags on items further enhance this process, allowing for precise tracking of inventory and reducing shrinkage from theft. In the food service industry, M&S and other electronic ordering systems are simplifying the customer journey, reducing wait times, and improving order accuracy. The adoption of electronic banking has also made payments faster and more secure. Perhaps one of the most innovative uses of technology is the introduction of smart mirrors in dressing rooms. These mirrors can interact with shoppers, allowing them to try on virtual outfits, see how a piece of clothing looks in different colors, or even get personalized styling advice. Beyond the store, smart mirrors are also being used to provide personal training and workouts at home, blurring the lines between retail, fitness, and entertainment. This technological evolution not only improves operational efficiency but also creates new, engaging ways for retailers to interact with their customers. Building on our discussion of technological advances in retailing, several key concepts are central to the future of the industry. Omnichannel marketing is a strategy that aims to provide a seamless shopping experience. Whether a customer is shopping online, using a mobile device, calling a phone center, or visiting a brick-and-mortar store, this is a significant evolution from multi-channel marketing, as it focuses on integrating all channels to create a single, unified brand experience. A customer can, for example, buy a product online and return it in-store without any friction. Beacon marketing is a proximity-based technology that is enabling retailers to engage with customers in new ways. Beacons use Bluetooth signals to communicate with a shopper's smartphone when they are in or near a store, sending personalized messages, special offers, or product information. This allows for highly targeted, context-aware marketing that enhances the in-store experience. Digital wallets, which use technology like Bluetooth to permit customers to pay for items with their smartphones, are another example of how technology is simplifying the checkout process. These wallets not only offer convenience but also enhance security by using tokenization to protect financial information. These technologies are crucial because they bridge the gap between the physical and digital worlds, creating the phygital experience we discussed earlier. They empower retailers to use data from both online and offline channels to create a more personalized, efficient, and engaging customer journey, ultimately driving sales and building long-term loyalty. Retailing is an industry with a unique set of ethical challenges that arise from both consumer and employee behavior. One of the most significant problems is shrinkage, which refers to the loss of inventory due to factors like shoplifting and employee theft. These issues result in billions of dollars in losses for retailers each year, driving up prices for all consumers. Employee theft, in particular, is a pervasive issue, as employees may have greater access and opportunity to steal from the company. On the consumer side, retailers must also contend with retail return fraud, where people return stolen merchandise or use counterfeit receipts. A related ethical issue is retail borrowing, where a consumer buys an item, uses it, and then returns it for a full refund, such as buying a dress for a party and returning it the next day. This practice, while not illegal, is ethically questionable and costs retailers significant amounts of money. A separate category of ethical issues revolves around the treatment of customers. Customer profiling is a particularly egregious example, where the level of customer service a person receives is based on their perceived ability to pay. This can manifest as an associate following certain customers around the store or ignoring others. The sale of harmful products, such as tobacco or firearms, also raises ethical questions for retailers. To navigate these issues, retailers must implement clear policies, invest in security, and, most importantly, foster a culture of ethical conduct among their employees. Ethical behavior is not just about avoiding legal trouble, it's about building long-term trust and a positive reputation with both customers and the community. The digital environment of business-to-consumer (B2C) and consumer-to-consumer (C2C) retailing introduces a unique set of ethical problems that affect both consumers and legitimate sellers. One of the most common issues is the deceptive posting of items for sale on C2C sites like eBay and Craigslist, where sellers may misrepresent the condition or authenticity of a product. This undermines consumer trust and can lead to financial losses. Intellectual property violations, such as the sale of counterfeit goods or unauthorized reproductions of copyrighted materials, are rampant in online marketplaces. This harms the original creators and brands. The pervasive nature of online transactions also makes breaches in information security a constant threat, as hackers attempt to steal personal and financial data. For marketers, maintaining data security is not just a technical challenge but an ethical imperative to protect their customers. Misrepresented product quality is another frequent problem, where online descriptions and images do not accurately reflect the actual product. This can lead to customer dissatisfaction and a higher rate of returns. Vendor compliance violations, where a third-party seller on a large platform fails to meet the platform's ethical or quality standards, can damage the reputation of the platform itself. Issues like fraud, price gouging during emergencies, and privacy violations in the collection and use of consumer data are also significant concerns. The lack of face-to-face interaction and the global reach of the internet make policing these issues incredibly difficult, requiring online platforms to invest heavily in monitoring and enforcement to maintain a safe and trustworthy environment for all participants. In an increasingly globalized market, retailers and consumers alike must consider the ethical implications of their purchasing decisions. Many of the products we buy, particularly those in the apparel and food sectors, are made in developing countries where workers are often paid wages so low that they cannot meet the basic needs of their families, such as food and shelter. This raises significant concerns about global social responsibility. The fair trade movement is a direct response to this issue. It is a system of certification that aims to secure the rights of marginalized producers and workers in developing countries. Products labeled as Fair Trade Good or Fair Trade Certified have been certified by organizations like Fair Trade USA. This certification guarantees that the producers and workers who made the product received a fair price or wage, along with safe working conditions and a commitment to sustainable practices. For retailers, offering fair trade products is a way to demonstrate their commitment to ethical sourcing and corporate social responsibility, which can appeal to a growing segment of socially conscious consumers. For marketers, this represents an opportunity to build a strong brand identity around ethical values and transparency. While fair trade products often come with a slightly higher price point, many consumers are willing to pay a premium to ensure that their purchases have a positive social and environmental impact. Understanding and engaging with initiatives like fair trade is essential for firms seeking to build a sustainable, ethical, and respected brand in the modern global market. To conclude our discussion, let's briefly recap the key themes we've explored. We began by establishing the modern marketing imperative, moving beyond the traditional focus on products to prioritize the total customer experience. This is the key to building loyalty and achieving long-term success. We then provided a foundational understanding of retailing, defining it as the final step in the distribution channel, and examining how retailers are classified by their merchandise mix and level of service. We also discussed the historical evolution of retailing, as explained by the Wheel of Retailing hypothesis. A significant portion of our time was spent on the unique challenges and opportunities of marketing services and other intangibles, such as people, places, and ideas, which account for a massive part of the global economy. We then transitioned to the digital realm, analyzing the benefits and limitations of B2C e-commerce for both consumers and marketers, and the rapid growth of mobile commerce. Looking ahead, we discussed a future of retail as a phygital experience, where brick-and-mortar stores must evolve to become engaging destinations that seamlessly integrate with online channels. Finally, we addressed the critical importance of ethical behavior in retailing, covering issues from shrinkage and fraud to fair trade and social responsibility. By understanding these concepts, you are now equipped with the analytical tools to navigate the complex and dynamic world of modern marketing and retail. Let's start by drilling down into the concept of customer experience, CX, which is the total sum of every interaction a customer has with a business, both before and after a purchase. Unlike customer service, which is a single event or interaction, CX is a holistic journey. It encompasses every touchpoint, from the initial discovery of a brand through advertising or a friend's recommendation, to browse a website or visiting a physical store, the purchase process, delivery, and any subsequent customer service or support. A positive customer experience is not a coincidence, it is the result of a deliberate, well-planned strategy that aligns all organizational functions, from marketing and sales to operations and support. In today's saturated and highly competitive marketplace, where products and services are often commoditized, CX has become the most powerful differentiator. Firms that excel at delivering exceptional CX are more likely to build strong brand loyalty, create a community of passionate advocates, and achieve higher profitability. For example, companies like Apple and Disney are renowned for their consistent CX, which contributes significantly to their brand value. Conversely, a single negative experience can erode years of brand building. Therefore, understanding and meticulously managing the customer journey is a fundamental skill for any marketing professional. This requires a deep empathy for the customer, a data-driven approach to identifying pain points, and a culture of continuous improvement across the entire organization. Building on our earlier discussion, let's explore how to put customer journey mapping into practice. A robust journey map typically breaks down the customer's interaction into several key stages: awareness, where the customer first learns about the brand; consideration, where they research and compare options; purchase, the moment of transaction; service, which includes delivery and support; and loyalty, the post-purchase phase where they become repeat customers and advocates. For each of these stages, it is crucial to analyze the customer's emotions and motivations. What are they thinking? What are their pain points? What is the ideal outcome? For example, during the service stage, a customer might be feeling anxious about a product issue, and their motivation is to find a quick, hassle-free solution. A bad service experience at this stage can be devastating to customer loyalty. Journey mapping also requires us to identify the internal processes and departmental ownership for each touch point. This is essential for accountability and for coordinating efforts across the organization. For example, the awareness stage is typically owned by marketing, while the service stage is owned by customer support. Finally, a journey map is not a static document. It must be continuously refined using data analytics and customer feedback, such as surveys, social media monitoring, and customer service logs. The goal is to move from a general understanding to precise, data-driven visualization that allows the organization to prioritize and fix the most critical pain points. This is an academic and strategic exercise that bridges qualitative customer insights with quantitative performance metrics. The Wheel of Retailing hypothesis offers a compelling theoretical framework for understanding the dynamic nature of retail evolution. It's a cyclical process that explains how different retail formats emerge, grow, and eventually become vulnerable to new competitors. The cycle begins with the entry phase. A new type of retailer enters the market with a disruptive business model characterized by low margins, low prices, limited or no services, and low-end facilities. They compete primarily on cost, attracting price-sensitive customers who are willing to forego amenities for savings. Think of the early days of discounters or warehouse clubs. This low-cost structure gives them a significant competitive advantage. As these new entrants gain market share and profitability, they enter the trading up phase. In this stage, they begin to add services, improve their facilities, and increase their merchandise quality. This evolution allows them to attract a broader customer base and charge moderate prices, boosting their margins. However, this growth comes with increased operational costs. Eventually, they reach the vulnerability phase. Their prices and services have now increased to the point where they resemble traditional, full-service retailers. Their luxurious facilities and excellent services create high operational costs, making them vulnerable to a new wave of low-price competitors. The cycle then repeats, with a new entrant disrupting the market. This hypothesis helps explain the long-term success and decline of retail formats, from the rise and fall of department stores to the continuous pressure on modern hypermarkets. It teaches us that to stay relevant, retailers must constantly innovate and be mindful of the cost and service trade-off. While we often talk about products and services as two distinct categories, in reality, most market offerings are a mix of both tangible and intangible elements. This relationship can be visualized as a service-product continuum, which ranges from a pure product on one end to pure service on the other. At the pure product end, we have a commodity like salt, which is entirely tangible with no associated service component. As we move along the continuum, we find product-dominant offerings. A restaurant meal, for instance, is a tangible product, the food itself, but also includes a significant service component, the ambience, the waiter's attentiveness, and the overall experience. Further along are service-dominant offerings, such as a flight on an airline, where the physical product, the seat, is secondary to the primary service of transportation. At the extreme pure service end, we find offerings like psychological counseling or education, where the value is almost entirely intangible. Understanding where a firm's offering sits on this continuum is crucial for developing an effective marketing strategy. For product-dominant firms, the focus is on the physical features, quality, and branding of the product itself. For service-dominant firms, the emphasis shifts to managing the customer encounter, training employees, and providing physical cues to make the intangible service feel more tangible and reliable. This framework provides a more nuanced and accurate way to think about market offerings and their unique marketing requirements. The concept of the phygital experience is best understood through concrete examples of firms that are successfully blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds. A prime example is Nike's House of Innovation stores. These are not traditional retail outlets. They are immersive, tech-driven experiences. Customers can use a mobile app to scan mannequins and have items brought to them, receive personalized recommendations, and customize products. The store itself is a living lab and a brand playground, a destination that offers something that cannot be replicated online. Another notable case is Amazon Go, the cashier-less convenience store. This model takes the ultimate convenience of online shopping, the just walk out experience, and applies it to physical location. Using a combination of cameras, sensors, and AI, Amazon Go eliminates the checkout process, bridging the gap between the speed of e-commerce and the immediacy of a physical store. The experience is seamless and frictionless. Finally, Warby Parker is a well-known example of a digitally native brand that successfully moved into physical retail. Their stores are designed to provide a high-touch, personalized experience that complements their online business. Customers can try on frames, get their prescription checked, and receive expert advice. The physical stores serve as a crucial touchpoint that builds trust and reinforces the brand's identity, while their online platform handles the rest. These case studies illustrate that the future of retail is not about a zero-sum game between online and offline. Instead, it is about creating a coherent, integrated, and valuable experience for the customer, regardless of the channel they choose to use. The rapid expansion of B2C e-commerce has introduced a new class of ethical challenges that require careful navigation. Data privacy is a primary concern for both consumers and marketers. With the extensive collection of personal data for personalization and targeted advertising, there is an inherent risk of data misuse and breaches. Marketers have an ethical obligation to be transparent about what data they collect, how it is used, and to ensure robust security measures are in place to protect it. A lack of trust in this area can lead to a loss of customer loyalty and severe regulatory penalties. Another business-specific ethical challenge is shopping cart abandonment, where customers leave a site with items in their virtual cart. While this may seem like a simple issue, it often stems from hidden costs, unexpected shipping fees, or a complicated checkout process, which can be viewed as deceptive marketing practices. The persistent fear of internet fraud and the lack of security, especially in developing markets, remains a major barrier to the growth of e-commerce. Marketers must invest in secure payment gateways and build trust through clear communication and strong brand reputation. Finally, the ability to rapidly adjust prices online can lead to severe ethical problems, such as price gouging during emergencies. While dynamic pricing is a legitimate business strategy, exploiting a crisis to increase prices on essential goods is a morally reprehensible practice that can severely damage a firm's reputation and lead to legal action. These ethical considerations underscore the need for a strong moral compass in the digital marketplace, where the speed and anonymity of the internet can amplify both good and bad business practices. The future of delivering exceptional customer experiences is inextricably linked to the advancements in artificial intelligence, AI, and big data analytics. These technologies are no longer just buzzwords, they are becoming fundamental to modern marketing and retailing. AI and big data allow for unprecedented levels of personalization. By analyzing vast amounts of customer data, including browse history, purchase patterns, and demographic information, AI algorithms can create highly tailored product recommendations, marketing messages, and website experiences. This helps to create a more relevant and engaging journey for the individual customer. Predictive analytics are also revolutionizing behind-the-scenes operations. Firms can use AI to forecast demand, optimize inventory management, and streamline logistics, ensuring that products are available when and where customers want them. This reduces costs and improves the efficiency of the entire supply chain. On the customer service front, chatbots and AI assistants are providing 24/7 support, handling routine queries and freeing up human agents to focus on more complex issues. However, the integration of these technologies comes with significant ethical responsibilities. The ethical use of AI and big data is paramount. Firms must ensure their algorithms are free from bias, that they protect customer privacy, and that they are transparent about how data is collected and used. The potential for AI to create a surveillance economy or to unfairly target certain demographics is a serious concern that marketers must address proactively. Mastering these technologies is essential, but doing so with a strong ethical framework is what will distinguish successful, trusted brands from their competitors. Let's further dissect the service encounter, which we identified as a critical moment in the customer journey. The social contact dimension of the service encounter is all about the interaction between the customer and the employees. This is a moment of truth, as the quality of the service is often judged by the demeanor, knowledge, and helpfulness of the staff. To ensure a positive social encounter, firms must invest heavily in employee training and empowerment. Employees need to be equipped with the skills and authority to resolve customer problems on the spot, without having to escalate every issue. Empowered employees feel a sense of ownership and are more likely to deliver excellent, personalized service. The physical dimension, or the service escape, is the physical environment where the service takes place. This includes everything from the cleanliness of a doctor's office to the layout and decor of a restaurant. The service escape is not just a backdrop, it is a powerful form of nonverbal communication. It can signal the quality of the service, the target market, and the brand's values. For example, a spa with calm colors, soft lighting, and serene music communicates a commitment to relaxation and luxury. Conversely, a cluttered, chaotic servicescape can create anxiety and signal a lack of professionalism. Marketers must strategically design their servicescape to align with their brand identity and enhance the customer's emotional experience. In today's competitive environment, where every detail matters, optimizing both the social and physical dimensions of the service encounter is a fundamental requirement for success in the service industry. Fair trade is a powerful social movement, and marketing plays a pivotal role in its success. The core mission of the fair trade movement is to address global inequality by ensuring that marginalized producers in developing countries receive fair prices for their products and have safe working conditions. For marketers, the challenge and opportunity lie in effectively communicating these values to consumers. Marketing for a fair trade brand is not just about selling a product, it's about selling a story and a promise. It involves building a brand identity around ethical and sustainable practices, which can resonate deeply with a growing segment of socially conscious consumers. This can be done through transparent labeling, storytelling about the producers, and partnerships with nonprofit organizations. However, marketers must also be cautious and ensure absolute transparency. They must avoid the practice of fair wishing, which is misleading consumers into believing that a product is fair trade when it is not. The use of clear certification labels, such as those from Fair Trade USA, is crucial for building and maintaining consumer trust. A well-executed fair trade marketing strategy can transform a brand from a simple product provider into a purpose-driven organization that stands for something more than just profit. In an academic context, the study of fair trade marketing provides a rich case study for examining the intersection of business, ethics, and social responsibility. It challenges us to consider how marketing can be a force for positive change in the world. While omni-channel marketing promises a seamless customer experience, its implementation is far from simple and presents a unique set of challenges for marketers and retailers. A primary hurdle is coordinating a consistent brand message and experience across all channels. A customer should have the same perception of quality, price, and service whether they are on a mobile app, a website, or in a physical store. This requires immense alignment across different departments, from marketing to sales and operations. Another significant challenge is technology integration and data silos. Many organizations have separate systems for their e-commerce, in-store, and customer service operations. Integrating these disparate systems to get a single, unified view of the customer is a major technical and financial undertaking. Without this unified view, it is impossible to deliver a truly seamless experience. Employee training is also a critical component. Employees in a phygital world must be trained to navigate both the digital and physical aspects of the business. A sales associate, for example, might need to help a customer with an online return or assist them with an in-store pickup of an online order. This requires a broader skill set than in a traditional retail environment. Finally, accurate inventory management is a complex task in an omni-channel world. The ability to track inventory in real time across both online and physical stores is essential to avoid disappointing customers with stockouts or inaccurate availability information. The success of buy online, pick up in store programs, for instance, hinges on this capability. Overcoming these challenges requires strategic vision, significant investment, and a cultural shift toward a customer-centric, integrated approach to retailing. Social media has evolved far beyond a simple communication tool to become a critical component of modern retailing and customer experience. It is a major discovery channel, where consumers first learn about new products and brands from friends, influencers, or targeted ads. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok are increasingly becoming direct shopping destinations, with integrated features that allow users to purchase products without ever leaving the app. This is blurring the lines between content consumption and commerce, creating a frictionless path to purchase. The power of influencers and user-generated content cannot be overstated. A single post from a trusted influencer can drive massive sales, and consumer-created content, such as product reviews and unboxing videos, is often more trustworthy than a brand's own marketing. Retailers must actively engage with these communities to amplify their message and build brand credibility. Furthermore, social media has become a primary channel for customer service. Consumers often use platforms like Twitter or Facebook to voice complaints or ask questions, expecting a quick and public response. This has forced retailers to be more responsive and transparent in their interactions. Beyond customer service, social media is a powerful tool for building a brand community, where customers can connect with each other and the brand itself, fostering a deeper sense of loyalty and belonging. Understanding and strategically leveraging social media is no longer optional for retailers. It is a fundamental requirement for success in today's digital landscape. Customer profiling is a practice that, while sometimes used for legitimate personalization, carries significant ethical implications, particularly when it leads to discriminatory treatment. Customer profiling occurs when a retailer bases the level of service a customer receives on their perceived ability to pay or other demographic factors. This can manifest in several ways. A high-end store's associates might lavish attention on a customer who appears wealthy while ignoring a customer who looks less affluent. This practice not only creates an unequal and demeaning experience for certain customers, but also opens the door to racial or socio-economic discrimination. In the digital realm, marketers may use vast amounts of data to create detailed profiles of consumers, often without their full consent or awareness. This data can be used to offer different prices to different customers for the same product, a practice known as price discrimination, which is ethically questionable. This can lead to a sense of distrust and unfairness among consumers. The use of customer profiling can have severe consequences for a brand. It can alienate and offend loyal customers, particularly those who are treated poorly based on a superficial assessment. It can also lead to negative word of mouth and a damaged brand reputation that is difficult to repair. Academically, the study of customer profiling forces us to confront the ethical trade-offs between business efficiency and fairness. Marketers have a responsibility to use data and technology in a way that is equitable, transparent, and respectful of all customers, regardless of their perceived value or demographic profile. Adhering to these ethical standards is crucial for building a sustainable and respected brand in the long term. The perishability of services, the fact that they cannot be stored for later sale, makes capacity management a critical marketing function. For a service provider, an empty hotel room, an unsold airline seat, or an idle lawyer's hour is a lost opportunity that cannot be recovered. Therefore, the goal of capacity management is to strategically balance a fixed capacity with fluctuating demand. One of the most common strategies for achieving this is dynamic pricing. Airlines, for example, adjust prices in real time based on the demand for specific flights, charging more for popular routes and last-minute bookings to maximize revenue. Hotels use similar strategies, offering lower rates during the off-season to attract customers and fill rooms. Another approach is to manage demand itself. A restaurant might offer early bird specials to encourage customers to dine during off-peak hours, spreading out the demand and making better use of its fixed capacity. Capacity management also involves training employees to be efficient and flexible, and using technology to streamline processes. For example, online booking systems allow customers to schedule appointments themselves, reducing the administrative burden on staff and optimizing the use of available time slots. While effective capacity management is essential for profitability, it also comes with ethical considerations. Pricing strategies should be transparent and fair, and firms must avoid price gouging during times of high demand. Mastering capacity management is a core skill for any professional in the service industry, as it directly impacts both the financial health of the firm and the overall customer experience. The traditional linear model of take, make, dispose is being challenged by the rise of the circular economy, which is focused on minimizing waste and maximizing resource efficiency through reuse, repair, and recycling. Marketing plays a crucial role in this paradigm shift by promoting sustainable products and business models. For example, brands are increasingly highlighting the use of recycled materials, the durability of their products, and the availability of repair services in their marketing campaigns. This helps to create a compelling value proposition for a growing segment of environmentally conscious consumers. The growth of e-commerce, resale, and rental services is a direct reflection of this trend. Brands like Patagonia have successfully built their identity around sustainability, encouraging customers to repair their products rather than buying new ones. This not only reinforces their brand values but also fosters a deeper, more meaningful relationship with their customers. A key task for marketers in a circular economy is to educate consumers about the importance of sustainability and the life cycle of a product. This can involve transparently communicating a product's environmental footprint, providing clear instructions on how to recycle packaging, or promoting trade-in programs. However, marketers must also be wary of greenwashing, making misleading or unsubstantiated claims about a product's environmental benefits. Ethical marketing in a circular economy requires genuine commitment and transparency, not just clever slogans. By aligning their marketing strategies with the principles of the circular economy, firms can not only attract new customers but also build a more resilient and sustainable business for the future. Place marketing is a specialized area of marketing that focuses on treating a specific location, be it a city, state, country, or even a region, as a brand. The objective is to build a positive brand image that will attract tourists, new residents, businesses, and investors. The strategic approach involves identifying the unique attributes of a place and developing a cohesive marketing campaign to promote them. For example, a city's place marketing strategy might focus on its vibrant arts scene, its culinary excellence, or its status as a hub for a specific industry, like technology or finance. This branding goes beyond simple advertising. It involves public relations, event management, and community engagement. By promoting a location's cultural heritage, natural beauty, and economic opportunities, marketers can shape public perception and create a compelling reason for people to visit, live, or do business there. A well-executed place marketing campaign can have a significant economic impact, boosting tourism revenues, attracting talent, and stimulating investment. It can also foster a sense of pride and community among residents. However, place marketing also has ethical considerations. Marketers must ensure that their campaigns are authentic and do not misrepresent the reality of a location. They must also be mindful of the potential for gentrification and the displacement of existing residents. This study of place marketing provides valuable insights into how marketing principles can be applied to non-traditional products, and how a strong brand identity can be a powerful engine for economic and social development. People marketing is especially important in careers that involve public opinion. Sophisticated consultants create and market politicians when they package candidates, clients, who then compete or market share as measured by votes. From actors and musicians to athletes and supermodels, the famous and near-famous jockey for market position in popular culture. Agents carefully package celebrities as they connive to get their clients exposure on TV, starring roles in movies, recording contracts, or product endorsements. This table shows some of the strategies marketers use to sell a celebrity. These include the following: pure selling approach. An agent presents a client's qualifications to potential buyers until they find one who is willing to act as an intermediary. Product improvement approach. An agent works with a client to modify certain characteristics that will increase their market value. Market fulfillment approach. An agent scans the market to identify unmet needs. After identifying a need, the agent then finds a person or group that meets a set of minimum qualifications and develops a new product. The columns presented here are marketing approach and implementation. The row-wise data is as follows: marketing approach, pure selling approach, implementation. Agent presents a client to the following: record companies, movie studios, TV production companies, talk show hosts, advertising agencies, talent scouts. Marketing approach, product improvement approach, implementation. Client is modified: new name, new image, voice lessons, dancing lessons, plastic surgery, new backup band, new music genre. Marketing approach, market fulfillment approach, implementation. Agent looks for market opening, identifying unmet need, developing a new product, band or singer, to the specifications of consumer wants. The future of the service industry will be shaped by four powerful forces: changing demographics, technological advances, globalization, and the proliferation of information. Changing demographics, particularly the aging population in many developed countries, will increase the demand for services related to healthcare, elder care, and personal assistance. This will create new market opportunities and require service providers to innovate to meet the needs of this segment. Technological advances are fundamentally changing how services are delivered. We are already seeing the rise of telehealth, online education, and automated financial advice. These technologies offer greater convenience and efficiency, but also challenge traditional service models and raise questions about the role of human interaction. Globalization is expanding the market for services, allowing firms to serve customers across the globe. However, it also means that service providers face increased competition from international rivals. A software company in one country, for example, can compete with a local provider in another. The proliferation of information empowers consumers by giving them access to a wealth of reviews, ratings, and expert opinions. This increases customer expectations for quality and transparency and makes it more difficult for firms to hide poor service. In this future, success will belong to those firms that can leverage technology to deliver personalized, high quality, and convenient services while also building a brand that is trustworthy and ethically responsible. The key will be to balance technological innovation with a fundamental human need for empathy and authentic connection. Let's summarize the key ways we classify retailers, as this provides a foundational understanding of the retail ecosystem. First, we classify retailers by their merchandise mix, using the concepts of breadth and depth. A retailer with a broad breadth, like a department store, offers many different product lines, while a specialty store has a narrow breadth. A retailer with a deep assortment, like a specialty shoe store, offers many choices within a single product line. Second, we classify retailers by the level of service they provide, which ranges from self-service, where customers do most of the work, e.g., Sam's Club, to full service, where sales associates provide extensive assistance, e.g., high-end boutiques. Third, we look at a variety of thriving retail formats that have successfully adapted to consumer and economic changes. These include convenience stores, which excel at time and place utility, limited assortment supermarkets, which compete on price, specialty stores, which thrive on expertise and passion, and innovative concept stores, which offer an immersive brand experience. Finally, we examine several struggling formats, such as traditional department stores and category killers, which are being challenged by the rise of e-commerce, changing consumer habits, and a lack of clear differentiation. This classification system is not just an academic exercise, it provides a strategic lens through which marketers can analyze the competitive landscape, identify opportunities, and position their businesses for success. It helps us to understand why some retailers succeed while others fail in the face of continuous market evolution. These retail format stores are doing well and growing. Convenience stores carry a limited number of frequently purchased everyday items, including snacks, soft drinks, candy, over-the-counter drugs, toiletries, and emergency products, such as drain cleaner. Convenience stores typically offer customers speedy checkout so they can quickly be in and out. Limited assortment supermarkets, or extreme value food retailers, such as German limited assortment supermarkets Aldi and Lidl, while carrying much the same types of products as larger supermarkets, carry only around 1,500 SKUs. Aldi is able to charge lower prices, the company says 50% lower than traditional supermarkets, as it offers significant savings on meat, produce, milk, and other perishables, but no free bags. Supermarkets are food stores that carry a wide selection of edible and non-edible products. The typical supermarket carries around 30,000 SKUs, half of which are higher-margin perishables, meat, produce, baked goods, and dairy products. The lines between supermarkets and other types of retailers are blurring as drugstores, online retailers, and discount stores now offer food, and supermarkets increase their offerings of non-food items. Specialty stores, including the many specialty apparel stores, do not sell a lot of product lines, but they offer a good selection of brands within the lines they do sell. For a larger, taller man who can't find suits that fit in regular department stores, there are lots of choices in stores that cater to big and tall guys. Specialty stores can tailor their assortment to the needs of a targeted consumer, and they often offer a high level of service. Many specialty stores have been located in malls. When department stores leave the malls, the specialty apparel retailers lose their customers. Concept stores provide new, inspirational approaches to retailing that seek to sell a lifestyle to a particular target audience through the use of customer interaction, discovery, and experience rather than selling individual products. Concept stores may include cafes, talks, and screenings planned to create a space where consumers want to hang out, meet with friends, and work. Concept store stock is refreshed and changed on a regular basis in order to encourage frequent visits by customers. Flash retailing, or pop-up stores and pop-up retailing, are retail experiences that pop up one day and then disappear after a period of 1 day to a few months. In addition to being a low-cost way to start a business, pop-up stores provide a number of advantages, including building consumer interest, creating buzz, and testing marketing products and locations. Seasonal pop-up stores are frequently open to sell Halloween costumes, Christmas gifts and decorations, and fireworks. Other retail formats that are thriving include the following. The U.S. re-commerce industry is composed of a variety of resale stores that include thrift stores like Goodwill and the Salvation Army, not-for-profit thrift stores associated with a charity, for-profit thrift stores such as a used record store or a pawn shop, and consignment stores. A recent innovation in the re-commerce industry is the practice of upcycling, in which discarded items are used to create a product of higher quality or higher value. Dollar and variety stores originated as the five and dime or dime stores that began in the late 1800s. In these early variety stores, such as the iconic Woolworths, all items were sold for a nickel or a dime. Today's dollar and variety stores carry a variety of inexpensive items from kitchen gadgets to toys to candy and candles. It's tough to buy something for a dime today, but many variety stores still stick to a single price point, and some only offer products that don't cost more than $1. Some examples of today's variety stores include Dollar General, Family Dollar, and Dollar Tree. General merchandise discount stores, such as Target, Kohl's, and Walmart, offer a broad assortment of items at low prices and with minimal service, and are the dominant outlet for many products. Discounters are growing because they appeal to price-conscious shoppers who want easy access to a lot of merchandise. These stores increasingly carry designer name clothing at bargain prices, as the companies that make designer brands create new lines just for discount stores. Off-price retailers, TJ Maxx, Tuesday Morning, Marshalls, HomeGoods, Burlington Coat Factory, Big Lots, and Ross stores are a few of the growing number of off-price retailers. Off-price retailers buy merchandise at very low prices when well-known manufacturers produce too many of an item or department stores cancel an order for items that are not moving. TJX Companies, Incorporated, owner of TJ Maxx, Marshalls, HomeGoods, and Sierra Trading Post, says this on its website. Our stores are constantly changing as we offer a continual flow of fresh and rapidly changing merchandise. The merchandise in off-price stores provides a form of retailtainment. Customers visit the stores frequently just to see what's new. Warehouse clubs, such as Costco and BJ's, are newer versions of the discount store. These establishments do not offer any of the amenities of a full-service store. Customers buy many of the products in larger than normal packages in quantities. These clubs often charge a membership fee to consumers and small businesses. Consistent with the wheel of retailing, even these stores trade up in terms of what they sell. Some warehouse clubs now sell fine jewelry, top-of-the-line electronics and appliances, and some of the finest brands of French champagne. Sadly for many consumers, some retail formats are struggling, as is evidenced by the number of retailers filing for bankruptcy in recent years. The COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 increased the speed of retailer decline, causing some of the oldest and formerly most successful retailers to close their doors. Experts blame this on a variety of factors, including the changing tastes of younger consumers, new trends, and the growth of online shopping. Department stores sell a broad range of items and offer a deep selection, organized into different sections of the store. Grand department stores dominated urban centers in the early part of the 20th century. In their heyday, These stores sold airplanes and auctioned fine art. Lord & Taylor even offered its customers a mechanical horse to ensure the perfect fit of riding habits. Historically, department stores have sold both soft goods, non-durables such as clothing, cosmetics, and bedding, and hard goods, durable goods such as appliances, furniture, and electronics. Leased departments are spaces or departments within a larger retail store, such as a department store, that an outside firm rents. Factory outlets began in the 1930s as a means for a manufacturer to salvage some revenue from products produced with imperfections or excess inventory. These irregulars or seconds were sold to employees first and later to the public in retail stores at the site of, and often within, the manufacturing plant. Outlet stores are more often owned by a retailer and offer merchandise that has not sold well or that was purchased from a vendor at a very low price. For example, Saks Fifth Avenue runs Saks Off Fifth and Nordstrom operates Nordstrom Rack. Category killers, or category specialists, are one type of specialty store that became especially important in recent years. A category killer is a very large specialty store that carries a vast selection of products in its category. Some examples of category killers are Home Depot, Best Buy, and Staples. Why the name? By offering a complete assortment in one category, they kill a category for other retailers. Some of these that have or are expected to file for bankruptcy hypermarkets combine the characteristics of warehouse stores and supermarkets. A European invention. These are huge establishments several times larger than other stores. A supermarket might be 40,000 to 50,000 square feet, whereas a hypermarket takes up 200,000 to 300,000 square feet, or 4 football fields. They offer one-stop shopping and feature restaurants, beauty salons, and children's play areas. The French company Carrefour has more than 10,000 stores in 33 countries around the globe and is similar to Costco. Beyond brick-and-mortar stores, a significant portion of retail sales comes from non-store retailing, which includes a variety of formats that don't require a physical retail space. These formats offer unique benefits and present distinct marketing challenges. Direct selling, such as through a consultant or a door-to-door salesperson, relies on personal relationships and a high-touch approach. Marketing in this channel focuses on building a network of sellers and empowering them to be brand ambassadors. Automatic vending, or vending machines, offers the ultimate in convenience, providing products to customers at any time of day in easily accessible locations. Marketing here is focused on location, product assortment, and clear communication on the machine itself. TV home shopping combines the visual appeal of television with the convenience of at-home ordering. The marketing strategy is centered on live demonstrations, limited time offers, and celebrity endorsements to create a sense of urgency and excitement. While these formats have existed for decades, the advent of e-commerce has revitalized the entire non-store retailing sector. E-commerce, which is a form of non-store retailing, has proven that consumers are willing to make purchases without visiting a physical store, as long as the experience is convenient and trustworthy. For marketers, the key is to strategically integrate these non-store channels into their overall omni-channel strategy. A brand might use direct selling for high-touch, complex products, vending machines for quick purchases, and a robust e-commerce site for everything in between. Understanding and leveraging the unique strengths of each non-store format is essential for reaching a wide range of consumers and building a resilient distribution strategy. One of the most important distinctions in marketing is the difference between marketing a physical product and marketing a service. This difference is rooted in the 4 unique characteristics of services that we discussed earlier: intangibility, perishability, variability, and inseparability. Marketing a product focuses on its tangible features, such as its design, durability, and performance. The goal is to create a strong brand identity that communicates these features and builds consumer trust. The marketing mix for a product is centered around the traditional 4 Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. In contrast, service marketing requires a different strategic approach. Because a service is intangible, marketers must find ways to make it more concrete for the consumer. This involves managing the service encounter, the interaction between the customer and the service provider, and creating a compelling servicescape to provide physical cues of quality. The marketing mix for services is often expanded to the 7 Ps, including people, employees, physical evidence, servicescape, and process, the delivery of the service. The pricing of a service is also more complex due to its perishability, requiring strategies like dynamic pricing to manage capacity. Distribution of a service is often simpler, as the production and consumption are inseparable, but it requires careful attention to location. Understanding these fundamental differences is crucial for developing an effective marketing strategy. A product-focused campaign that highlights features will be ineffective for a service, which must instead emphasize the reliability, responsiveness, and assurance of the provider. This academic distinction is a practical guide for how to allocate resources and communicate value in the marketplace. In our discussion of the ServQual scale, we identified empathy as a critical dimension of service quality. But what does empathy mean in a marketing and business context? It means providing caring, individualized attention to the customer. It's about putting yourself in the customer's shoes and genuinely understanding their needs, motivations, and pain points. An empathetic organization doesn't just process a customer's request, it understands the emotional context behind it. For a marketer, empathy is a powerful tool for developing products and services that truly meet customer needs. It involves going beyond simple demographic data to conduct qualitative research, such as in-depth interviews and focus groups, to gain a deeper understanding of the customer's inner world. In the service encounter, empathy is the difference between a robotic, script-based interaction and a genuine, human connection. An empathetic employee might anticipate a customer's needs, offer a personalized solution, and show that they genuinely care about the outcome. Building an empathetic brand culture starts from the top. Leaders must model empathetic behavior, and companies must train and empower their employees to treat customers with compassion and respect. This culture not only leads to higher customer satisfaction, but also fosters a more positive and engaged workforce. In a world where technology and automation are increasingly dominant, the ability to deliver genuine, empathetic human connection will become an even more powerful differentiator. Therefore, cultivating empathy is not just a soft skill, it is a strategic imperative for building a sustainable and beloved brand. Marketing is not solely about commercial products and services. It is also a powerful tool for promoting ideas for social good. Idea marketing is the practice of using marketing principles to gain market share for a concept, philosophy, belief, or issue. Nonprofit organizations, government agencies, and social movements frequently use this approach to change public attitudes and behaviors. For example, public health campaigns often use idea marketing to promote concepts like regular exercise, healthy eating, or the importance of vaccination. These campaigns use marketing tools such as advertising, public relations, and social media to reach a target audience, just as a commercial brand would. The success of an idea marketing campaign is measured not in sales, but in the adoption of the new behavior or belief. The marketing of ideas for social good faces a unique set of challenges. Unlike a tangible product, an idea can be difficult to define and sell. The price of adopting an idea might not be monetary, it could be a change in lifestyle or a shift in a deeply held belief. This requires marketers to be highly skilled in persuasion and to have a deep understanding of psychology and human behavior. Furthermore, the ethical considerations are paramount. Marketers of ideas must be truthful, transparent, and respectful of diverse perspectives. They must avoid manipulative or fear-based tactics and instead focus on building a rational and emotional case for their cause. This study of idea marketing provides a fascinating look into the broader potential of marketing as a force for social change. We've touched on several ethical problems in retailing, but it's important to consolidate them to understand their cumulative impact on the industry. Unethical behavior, whether from customers or employees, is not a victimless crime. Losses from shrinkage, including shoplifting and employee theft, and from retail fraud, such as return fraud and retail borrowing, are significant costs for retailers that are ultimately passed on to all consumers through higher prices. These actions erode the trust that is essential for a healthy market. Furthermore, the ethical treatment of customers is a fundamental responsibility of any retailer. Practices like customer profiling, where service levels are based on superficial judgments, are not only discriminatory but also damage the brand's reputation and alienate a significant portion of the consumer base. In the digital world, ethical issues extend to data privacy, security, and the avoidance of deceptive practices like price gouging. On the positive side, we also looked at the fair trade movement as a shining example of how businesses can actively engage in ethical behavior. By certifying products and ensuring fair wages and working conditions for producers, firms can build a strong brand identity around social responsibility. The key takeaway is that ethical behavior is not a separate, optional component of business, it is inextricably linked to long-term success. A firm that operates with integrity, treats all customers and employees with respect, and takes its social responsibilities seriously will be better positioned to build a loyal customer base and a strong reputation in the marketplace. Ethical conduct is the foundation upon which all other marketing and business strategies must be built. Looking forward, a few key trends will continue to shape the future of retailing. First, the integration of AI and big data will move beyond simple recommendations to a state of hyper-personalization. Retailers will use AI to anticipate customer needs, offer predictive purchase suggestions, and create a truly unique experience for every individual. The phygital experience, the seamless blend of online and offline, will become the new normal. Stores will function as showrooms, experience centers, and fulfillment hubs, while online channels will provide convenience and an endless assortment. The ability to seamlessly move from one channel to another will be the primary driver of customer satisfaction. Second, sustainability and ethical sourcing will transition from a niche marketing tactic to a fundamental business requirement. Consumers, particularly younger generations, will increasingly demand transparency and social responsibility from the brands they support. Retailers who are not committed to these values will struggle to compete. Finally, social commerce will continue to grow and evolve, with platforms integrating more sophisticated shopping tools and payment systems. The customer journey will increasingly begin and end on social media, making it a central pillar of retail strategy. In this future, the most successful firms will be those that are technologically agile, ethically responsible, and deeply focused on creating a personalized and meaningful customer experience. They will be the ones that can navigate the complexities of a globalized, data-driven, and socially conscious marketplace. Consumer expectations have evolved dramatically, forcing marketers to adapt their strategies. Today's customers no longer settle for a one-size-fits-all approach. They expect personalized and relevant experiences at every touch point. This means using data to tailor product recommendations, marketing messages, and even in-store interactions to their individual preferences. The era of digital convenience has also created a demand for instant gratification. Customers expect fast and often free delivery, and they are increasingly impatient with long wait times, whether online or in a physical store. This pressure for speed is driving innovations in logistics, such as same-day delivery and automated fulfillment centers. Furthermore, consumers, especially younger generations, are more informed and skeptical than ever before. They value transparency and authenticity from brands, and they are quick to call out greenwashing or unethical behavior. This means marketers must be genuine in their communication and committed to their brand's values. Finally, consumers are increasingly seeking to connect with brands that share their values, whether those are related to sustainability, social justice, or community engagement. This has shifted the focus from transactional relationships to building a loyal community of like-minded individuals. Understanding and meeting these evolving expectations is a strategic imperative for any firm looking to build a successful and sustainable brand. In the modern market, customer feedback is a priceless resource for any business seeking to improve its customer experience. It provides a direct line of communication from the people who matter most, the customers themselves. Feedback can come from a variety of sources, including formal channels like surveys and customer service tickets, as well as informal channels like online reviews on platforms like Yelp or Google, and social media comments. Marketers and product managers must have a systematic process for collecting and analyzing this feedback. Analyzing feedback helps to identify recurring pain points, such as a confusing website layout, an inefficient checkout process, or a common product defect. It also highlights areas where the firm is excelling, which can be leveraged in marketing campaigns. Perhaps most importantly, acting on customer feedback demonstrates to customers that they are being heard and that their opinions are valued. When a company responds to a negative review or implements a customer-suggested feature, it builds a powerful sense of trust and loyalty. In an academic context, studying customer feedback provides a practical application of marketing research principles. It helps us understand how a firm can move beyond theoretical models to make data-driven decisions that have a real-world impact on customer satisfaction and business performance. Ignoring customer feedback is a recipe for stagnation, while embracing it is a path to continuous improvement and long-term success. While omni-channel marketing offers many benefits, it also introduces a new set of ethical considerations that marketers must address. The seamless integration of channels means that firms are collecting more data than ever before, raising significant concerns about data privacy and security. Marketers must be transparent about how they collect and use this data and ensure it is protected from breaches. The use of technologies like beacon marketing, which uses location data, raises specific ethical questions about consumer consent and the potential for a surveillance retail environment. Firms must ensure they are using this technology responsibly and not in a way that makes customers feel uncomfortable or exploited. Another key ethical consideration is fair and equal access to products and services across all channels. While it may be tempting to offer exclusive online-only deals or prioritize certain customers, this can create an unequal experience that alienates a portion of the customer base. Similarly, transparency in pricing and inventory availability is crucial. A customer should not be surprised by a different price in-store than what was listed online, and they should have accurate information about product availability. The complexity of omni-channel operations can make these issues challenging, but they are not insurmountable. The key is to have a strong ethical framework that guides all business decisions, ensuring that the pursuit of a seamless customer experience does not come at the expense of privacy, fairness, or trust. Ultimately, an ethical omni-channel strategy will be more resilient and more successful in the long run. While we've focused heavily on technology and strategy, we must not overlook the most important component of the customer experience: the employees. Employees are the face of the brand and often the only direct human link a customer has with the organization. A positive interaction with a knowledgeable, friendly, and helpful employee can create a lasting positive impression that technology alone cannot replicate. This is why empowering employees is such a critical component of a customer-centric culture. When employees are given the authority to solve customer problems on the spot, without having to seek approval from a manager, they are better able to resolve issues quickly and build a sense of trust and loyalty. This empowerment also makes employees feel more valued and engaged in their work. Therefore, employee training is not an expense, it is a strategic investment in the customer experience. This training should go beyond simple product knowledge to include skills in empathy, problem solving, and communication. Finally, there is a direct and undeniable link between the employee experience and the customer experience. A firm that treats its employees well, provides them with a positive and supportive work environment, and values their contributions is more likely to have happy, motivated employees who, in turn, provide excellent service to customers. In an academic context, this reinforces the idea that marketing is an organizational-wide function, not just a departmental one. A brand is built from the inside out, and the employees are the first and most important ambassadors of that brand. Loyalty programs have been a staple of marketing for decades, but they are undergoing a significant evolution. The traditional model, based on a simple points for purchase system, is becoming outdated. Today, loyalty programs are shifting from transactional to experiential. The new goal is to build an emotional connection with the customer, not just to incentivize repeat purchases. This is achieved by offering more than just discounts. Modern loyalty programs provide personalized rewards and exclusive access to events, products, or services. For example, a loyalty member might get early access to a new product launch, an invitation to a private brand event, or a personalized birthday gift. This makes the customer feel valued and part of an exclusive community. The data collected from these loyalty programs is also a goldmine for marketers. By analyzing the purchase history and preferences of loyalty members, firms can gain deep insights that inform their marketing campaigns, product development, and overall business strategy. This data can be used to create highly targeted promotions and to identify new market opportunities. Ultimately, the new goal of loyalty programs is to build a sense of community and belonging, creating a strong emotional bond that is far more resilient than a simple discount. In a competitive market where customers have an abundance of choices, a well-designed loyalty program can be a powerful differentiator that ensures long-term customer retention and brand advocacy. This is the future of building a strong, enduring customer base. In the realm of e-commerce, trust is not just a desirable attribute, it is a fundamental requirement. Because customers cannot physically inspect a product or interact with a salesperson face-to-face, they must trust the online retailer to deliver on its promises. This trust is built through a combination of factors, beginning with transparent policies on shipping, returns, and data privacy. A clear, easy-to-understand return policy, for example, reduces the perceived risk of an online purchase. The use of secure technology, such as HTTPS and secure payment gateways, is also a crucial signal of trustworthiness. When a customer sees that their financial information is protected, they are more likely to complete the transaction. Beyond a firm's own actions, reviews, ratings, and certifications from third-party sources are also key trust signals. A high-star rating, a positive review from a trusted source, or a recognized certification like a fair trade label can all help to build confidence. Conversely, a single security breach can severely damage customer trust, which can be incredibly difficult to rebuild. This is why investing in cybersecurity is a non-negotiable part of doing business online. The study of trust in e-commerce is a rich academic field that examines how online firms can use design, communication, and technology to overcome the inherent lack of physical presence. Ultimately, a firm that successfully builds and maintains customer trust will be better positioned to attract new customers and ensure long-term loyalty in the competitive digital marketplace. As we discussed, the future of brick-and-mortar retail is about providing more than just products. It's about providing an experience. This is the core concept of retailtainment, a marketing strategy that blends shopping with entertainment to create a memorable and engaging in-store environment. Retailtainment is designed to appeal to the modern experiential shopper, a consumer who is motivated by the fun and excitement of the shopping trip itself, not just the purchase. Examples of retailtainment are everywhere: a flagship store with an interactive exhibit, a bookstore with a cozy cafe and reading events, or a sports store with an in-store basketball court or running track. These elements transform a retail space from a transactional hub into a destination. The goal is to encourage customers to spend more time in the store, which increases the likelihood of a purchase and strengthens the brand connection. Furthermore, retailtainment generates positive word-of-mouth and social media engagement, as customers share their unique experiences with their networks. In a competitive landscape where online shopping offers unparalleled convenience, retailtainment is a powerful strategy for physical stores to differentiate themselves and prove their continued relevance. It requires a creative approach to store design, a commitment to customer engagement, and a willingness to invest in creating a unique brand environment. One of the most complex and critical aspects of a successful omnichannel strategy is omnichannel fulfillment. This refers to the seamless process of getting a product to a customer, regardless of where they purchased it or where they want to receive it. It requires a complete rethink of the traditional supply chain. Two of the most popular strategies are buy online, pick up in store, BOPIS, and ship from store. BOPIS offers customers the convenience of online shopping with the speed of in-store pickup, while ship from store turns physical locations into mini distribution centers, which can reduce shipping costs and speed up delivery times. The technological backbone of effective omnichannel fulfillment is real-time inventory visibility. Firms must have a system that tracks every product, whether it's in a warehouse or on a retail shelf. Without this, BOPIS becomes a frustrating experience for the customer when they arrive at the store only to find the item is out of stock. Effective fulfillment is a win-win for both the customer and the firm. It improves customer satisfaction by providing flexibility and convenience, and it reduces costs by optimizing logistics and inventory management. In an academic context, the study of omni-channel fulfillment is a prime example of how marketing strategy, operations management, and technology must be perfectly aligned to deliver a superior customer experience and create a sustainable competitive advantage. This is a complex but essential area for any modern retailer to master. Our discussion of ethical problems has focused on the firm's perspective, but it's equally important to consider consumer ethics. This refers to the moral dilemmas and behaviors that customers face when interacting with businesses. Unethical consumer behavior, such as shoplifting, retail borrowing and fraudulent returns, costs retailers billions of dollars each year and contributes to higher prices for everyone. While some of these behaviors are illegal, others, like retail borrowing, buying and returning a dress after a single use, fall into a gray area of ethical judgment. For marketers, addressing consumer ethics is a delicate task. They can use education and clear policies to discourage unethical behavior. For example, a firm might have a transparent return policy that clearly states the conditions for a return. They can also use in-store signage and marketing messages to build a positive brand culture that fosters ethical consumer behavior. The goal is to move from a transactional relationship to partnership based on mutual respect and trust. In an academic sense, the study of consumer ethics is a fascinating field that explores the psychological and social factors that influence consumer behavior. It challenges us to consider not only what firms should do, but also what consumers' responsibilities are in a healthy, functioning market. Ultimately, a strong brand, built on a foundation of trust and transparency, is more likely to attract and retain ethical customers, creating a virtuous cycle of positive behavior for both the firm and its consumers. In closing, it's clear that the landscape of marketing and retailing is in a state of continuous transformation. The central theme of our discussion has been the paramount importance of the customer experience as the primary driver of competitive advantage. From the systematic process of customer journey mapping to the creative strategies used in retailtainment and virtual experiential marketing, firms are increasingly focusing on every single interaction to build emotional connections and brand loyalty. The rise of e-commerce and technological innovations like AI, smart mirrors, and omni-channel marketing are not just new tools, they are fundamentally reshaping consumer expectations and operational models. The future of retail will not be about one channel triumphing over another, but rather about a harmonious phygital integration that offers the best of both worlds, the convenience and choice of online shopping with the tactile, social, and experiential richness of a physical store. As professionals, we must also remain vigilant about the ethical dimensions of our work. Issues like data privacy, fair labor practices, and the responsible use of technology are not peripheral concerns, but are central to building a brand that is both profitable and respected. By embracing these challenges and opportunities, we can create more meaningful, sustainable, and satisfying experiences for customers in a global, dynamic market. I encourage you to think critically about how these concepts apply to your own experiences as a consumer and as a future marketing leader. Thank you.